Hi everybody, it's Miss Marla with the Alma Public Library, and today I am going to go over our first kit for the first week of Summer Reading Club. This week we actually have two different activities in your kits because the first part is something that is going to take a little bit longer for you guys to kind of see the fruits of your efforts, so to speak. So before we get too much further, the secret word for this week, which is, what's the date today? The 22nd? Yes, June 22nd. The secret word this week is flower. If you are using Wandu Reader, that's going to be all lowercase, Flower. If you are coming into the library, you can tell us the secret word at the desk, and we will get you your entry slip for this week's drawing, all right? So let's go ahead and jump back into doing our crafts for this week. So the first part of our kit this week is actually going to be a seed starter kit. So your kits will have a small amount of soil, as well as one of these biodegradable plantable seed starters, and a little baggie with the seeds in it. So of course, this is very straightforward. You're just going to fill your cup with some of the soil. You can see it's not overly full, it's not densely packed in there. And then we're gonna sprinkle the seeds on the top and gently press them into the soil. So I'm just gonna scoop them in, or pour them into my hand, I should say, so that we can get a really good look at them. I'm gonna hold them up here so you can kind of see. There's all different seeds. These are perennial wildflowers, so they won't require you to replant them next year. If you do take them outside, they will regrow all on their own. And there is a big variety here, so who knows what kind of different flowers you might get. And then I'm just going to kind of gently press this down into the dirt. So you can see they're just hanging out there. I'm gonna do that. And then I actually have another little cup that I'm gonna put it in for right now, just so I don't make a big mess. And I'm going to give it a little spritz of water here. And that's it. So these plants, you can put them directly outside as seedlings, or as seeds, I should say, before they start sprouting. Or you can let them sprout in your seed starter cup here and then plant it outside from there. So that is part one of our kit this week. Our second part of the kit is actually this pretty fun paper spinner. And I know these are really wild, they're wildly different. So just, I just wanted there to be another activity for you guys to do that you get a little bit of immediate gratification from. So these paper spinners, you can see I have it colored different ways on different sides. There's gonna be 4 different templates in your kit. You can color them however you want. And I'm going to show you 2 different ways that you can set these up. So look at how that kind of looks when it's spinning. It's pretty cool, right? So there are 4 different templates, like I was telling you. I'm gonna use this kind of pie-shaped template for one, and then I have a swirly one. So I'm just going to use pink and yellow on my swirly one here, and just color it in very quickly. This is a really fun project because you can really use anything that you have on hand. Like I said, your kit is going to have templates for you, but you don't even need a template for this. You can just use a bowl or a plate to trace out a circle. If you have paper plates at home, you can just use the base of the paper plate and cut off the rim. And then your kit is going to include some twine, so you can use your spinners the way I showed you right at the beginning of the video, or you can make them penny spinners, and I'll show you how to do that here after we put this one together. Though, other than markers and scissors, you will need like a piece of cardboard from home. So I think that like a cereal box is really good. Or if you're like me and get a million Amazon deliveries every week, you can use the cardboard from one of your Amazon boxes. And once you or your child get the spinners colored how you want and you cut it out, you can use the spinner itself as a template to cut out the cardboard that you'll attach it to. And that's just going to add a little bit of stability for it as it's spinning. So get my pink in here. And of course I'm using markers. You guys can use whatever you like to color with. I like using the markers because I think it gives a more saturated color. If you prefer crayons, that's totally fine. Colored pencils, you could even use watercolors or finger paints, anything like that. So, my pink marker is starting to run out of ink a little bit, but that's okay. We'll make it work. So of course, if you guys missed our kickoff party last week, you can still sign up for the summer reading club. Just come into the library. When you come pick up your activity kit here, just go up to the desk. We'll be able to get you signed up. You can also visit our website, and I'll link this in the comments, if you want to use Wandu Reader to log your reading digitally. It's a really neat site that we can use. It's pretty easy to use, and then you don't have to have the paper with you at home. You can just log your reading through that. Once you hit your reading goals, it just lets me know automatically. You don't have to remember to turn in a paper log or anything like that. But the paper logs are also available if that is what you prefer. This year, we're asking everyone to pick their reading goal to either be 6 hours total over the course of the program or 10 books total over the course of the program. So whichever option is right for you and your family and your child, you know best. And we're almost done getting the pink on here. And then of course, once you get your reading log turned in, everyone will get a goodie bag at the end of the program on July 27th. If you get your reading log turned into me by July 20th, whether you're doing the paper logs or the, or the Wandu Reader, the digital logging, you will be entered to win, or your child will be entered to win, the grand prize, which is an Amazon Kindle, or kind of another prize we have, which is a $50 Meyer gift card that was donated to us by Meyer here in Alma, so we are very grateful for that. So, like I said, you have to have your reading logs turned in by July 20th to be entered into those drawings. But everybody will get a goodie bag and a free book to keep on July 27th. So now I am just cutting out this spinner that I colored. And I'm just going to cut out the one so you guys don't have to watch me doing it this whole time. And then I have actually a manila paper divider that I'm going to use here. And I'm just going to trace it onto my kind of cardstock here, I guess, and cut that out, and then I'll glue it together. So, okay, so I have one side of my spinner cut out. I have my cardstock, manila folder, cardboard, whatever you choose to use from home. And I did do the other side and color that and glue that on off camera, just to kind of save us a little bit of time here. So I'm gonna go ahead and attach these two pieces together. I just like using a regular glue stick. You can use whatever you have at home, whether it's white glue or a glue stick, anything like that. You could probably even use tape if you don't have glue. I haven't tried it with tape, but it seems like it should work. All right, so we just attached that on there. I'm gonna make sure this side is nice and smoothly attached. So we have our spinner done. Now I'm going to use a pair of scissors and very carefully, I don't know if you can see on there, but there are two little circles. I'm going to use a pair of scissors and very carefully poke through those little holes so that I have a spot to string my twine. So if your child is old enough to do this on their own, awesome. Otherwise, of course, we can have a grown-up do this part so that we don't have anybody getting any injuries, because we want this to be a fun activity for everybody. So your kit includes a length of twine, and you will just kind of feed that right through the holes we just created. And it might be loosening up a little bit, so just give it a little twist and slide that right through there. It's always going to give you trouble when you want it to work correctly, right? So there we go. Slide that through and do the other side as well. And then we're going to kind of tie it together to make a loop with the spinner in the middle. So there we go. I think that should be tight enough now. There we go. So we'll tie a little knot on this end, and then we can give it a go and see how it spins. So just a nice little knot. There we go. Make sure it's nice and tight so that it doesn't come undone. There we go. All right, so you see you have your loop here, you can pull it out. Now, there's a couple different ways you can do it with the string here. You can do it like I did at the beginning of the video and kind of hold it a little bit tight and try to get the string all in a twist. Whew, words are hard for me today. You can also just move one of your hands kind of like this to get your strings in a twist, and then bring it together. You can separate it out like that. So that is one way to make your spinner. I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I was going to show you a way to do it with a penny. Let me just find where my penny got off to here. There it is. All right, got under my markers. So I have my pie design that I colored in a rainbow, and then another piece of cardboard. So I'm just going to glue this on there very quickly. And then I will show you how we can insert the penny to make it almost like a top. So put that on there nice and even. There we go. Now I'm going to use my scissors to cut a small slit in the center of my spinner here. And I want it to be a little bit narrower than the width of the penny. So these scissors don't quite open up all the way, but I'm just going to use it to cut a slit. If you have an X-Acto knife or something like that, that would work really well for this. And again, this is probably something that a grown-up should do unless you have a little bit of an older kiddo who can handle scissors a little bit better. All right, so I have a slit in here now, and I'm just going to take my penny and kind of force it into that slit because I want it to be really tight around the penny. There we go. And now I can spin it just like I would spin a coin. Let's see how it works. Pretty cool, right? So there are two different ways, oops, that you can do your spinner. Let me try to do that again for you if I can pick it up. There we go. Two different ways to do your paper spinners. And of course we have our wildflower kits that go along with that. So I hope everyone can come in, pick up their kits, and make sure you enter the weekly drawing for summer reading. All right, I will see you guys next week for our new kit. Bye everybody.